Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field for the start of Lynn Classical's second season. We had a barn burner, St. Mary's, in their start of the tournament season, played just before this, went 8 innings, won the game in the bottom of the 8th without a base hit. A strikeout that reached, a walk, a hit batsman, and a pass ball off the catcher's glove scored the run for a 1-0 win for St. Mary's. Classical girls won over the weekend. St. Mary's girls won over the weekend. So the Lynn schools are doing well so far, and from what I understand, classical girls are playing again against number 2 Acton Boxborough. They were in extra innings, tied at 2. So Lynn doing very well in the tournament. Classical is the number 2 seed here in Division 1 North. This is the quarterfinals. The winner moves on to the semis. Josh Grunberg, who's the pitcher tonight for Andover, will lead it off. Andover's second trip here. They played St. Mary's here earlier. So they're familiar with Fraser Field. Cal Finnegan, 2 quick strikes on the mound for the Rams. Up and away for a ball. Andover, the number 7 seed. They won their game against Boston Latin. Little check swing tap at the third base. Deshaun Anderson over to Dow for the quick out. Grunberg was a little excuse me swing, got a piece and just tapped it right to the third baseman. 1 up, 1 down for Patrick McConnell, the center fielder. Andover 12-9. Classical 14-6 to the number 2 seed. Lights are on here at Fraser Field. There's a little bit of a black cloud floating over, but behind it is bright sunshine. Hit in the gap. McCall gets the first hit of the ball game. Matthew Potts, the shortstop, will be the hitter. Behind that left field fence, right over the left field, swinging over is with a little patch of blue out in right field. It's just like a black cloud, but right behind it, moving very quickly, is bright, clear sunshine following that cloud in. We know we're supposed to have heavy rain tonight. High for a ball. So luckily they're getting everything out of the way today. I don't think anybody would have to play tomorrow because everybody is playing today, including St. Mary's tonight, playing at Barry or Breed. They fake. They throw the ball down. Out at second base. Nice throw by Galizzi. Nice tag by Ortiz, the second baseman. He got it there in a hurry. It bounced, but it was perfect right at the bag, and they throw McConnell out. Play goes 2-4. Now there's 2 outs with nobody on. Hit way up in the air to deep center field, drifting back. Buckland settled under it and makes the one-handed catch. I'm mimicking my mentor, Frank Carey, who is beside himself with everybody making one-handed catches. I know the pros do it. But now it's drifted down to all these young people, and I'm watching even Little League and Babe Ruth people making the one-handed catches. Josh Grunberg, the left-hander on the mound for Andover. He'll face Nico Galizzi, the catcher, leading off. Brett Buckland, who made that last out, the center fielder, will bat second. Anderson Deshawn, who had the assist in the top of the inning, playing third, batting third. First baseman Aiden Dow hits in a cleanup spot. Getting back on the field. I haven't seen him. He got back, I think, one swing. Might have even pitched an inning. David Bernard, who got hit in football and got hurt, had surgery, and hasn't played virtually the entire year, is back out on the field. It's good to see. He's a great young man. He was at every practice. He wore a uniform during the games on the bench. He's batting fifth. The left fielder, Brendan Landon, hitting number 6. Batting seventh and playing shortstop, Jerry DiFilippo. The second baseman, Daniil Ortiz, hits number 8. And bringing up the tail end of the order, batting ninth, is James Wilkins. Bernard, the DH, is hitting for the pitcher, Finnegan. In for a strike to Galizzi. Wide for a ball. The Northeastern Conference is a little bit different. They pick an all-conference team, then they pick all-stars, like secondary. Nico Galizzi in the batter's box. The catcher made the all-star team, along with Brendan Landon and Deshawn Anderson. Kyle Finnegan, the pitcher. Aiden Dow, the first baseman, and Brett Buckland, the center fielder, were all conference selections. Chased that pitch that was outside for strike 3. And congratulations to Mike Zukowski, the coach of Lynn Classical. He was selected as the division coach of the year. Well deserved. Wide for a ball. Hit off the first baseman, knocks it down. Tiberio makes the unassisted play. Buckland hit it well, but hit it right at the first baseman. 2 up, 2 down for Deshawn Anderson. Finishing up a very good year for Classical. He's had some very big hits. He's played extremely well at third base. That little curveball drops in for a strike. And that's going to make that fastball look a lot quicker. Curveball again, catches the outside corner. Up and away for a ball. With those all-conference teams, we mentioned during English the winners there, but we have to mention again, Joe Marmoretta selected as the MVP of the division. Going to New Mexico Junior College on a full scholarship. Down and away for a ball. We got our first deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Hit the shot. Long throw across the diamond. Nice play by the shortstop Potts over to first baseman Tiberio. A 1-2-3 inning for Grunberg. So both pitchers only faced 3 hitters. McConnell got a base hit, was thrown out trying to steal for Andover. So we're still dead even the same way we started at the end of 1. Classical nothing, Andover nothing, going into the second inning. Kyle Finnegan will start his second inning for the Rams. He'll face 4, 5, and 6. Shane LaChance, the DH, hitting for the left fielder, Charlie McCarthy, will lead it off. Good little crowd for Classical. Nice fans for Andover. Good little crowd here on a Monday night. A nice little crowd for the St. Mary's Belmont game. Belmont, a long trip, got here. Drilled in the center field for a base hit. LaChance jumped on the first pitch and lined it in the center field. Anthony Tiberio, the first baseman, will be the hitter. High and tight for a ball. Hit foul to the backstop. Anderson squeezing way in at third, thinking they might bunt. Dan Grams is the head coach. Andover won this Division I championship back in 2014. A number to second. They tagged the runner. Safe at first. So they get the important one, the man in the middle. Ortiz making the unassisted play. Just a little pool cue shot off the top of the bat. Slowly hit. Tiberio will change places with LaChance at first base with one out now. Nolan Shermer, the catcher, will be the hitter. Solid shot. They get one, and they're going to get two. It kind of exploded on Ortiz, but he stayed with it, flipped it, and the shortstop DiFilippo made a nice turn in the middle, and they get the double play. It was hit hard enough that they get two. So they didn't get the first one, but they got the second one. So again, with the base hit, as in the first inning, Finnegan only faces 3 hitters. Thanks to the double play. The first inning was thanks to the throw out trying to steal. So Finnegan's only faced, he's given up 2 base hits in 2 innings, but he's only faced 6 hitters. Four, 5, and 6 for Classical as we start the second inning. Grunberg will start his second inning. Classical drew a bye, so this is their first tournament game. Andover knocked off Boston Latin. I still get upset during tournament time when I look at teams getting into the tournament with horrible records. I'm not going to bore you with all of them, but boys baseball Division IV South, Millis. They've had some pretty good Legion teams. 2-16, and they made the tournament. On the corner for a strike to Aiden Dow. Hit to the Classical dugout. Ricky Mayette couldn't make the play over there. Line to center field. It's going to bounce for a base hit. McConnell thought about coming in, maybe trying, and he made the right move. If he tries, it might skip by him. So Dow gets the first hit for the Rams. He's at first with nobody out in the second inning. And here's David Bernard. It's good to see him back. Used to be in my backyard quite often. We're good friends with him and his family. Dow gets back standing up on the throw over the first. We mentioned he got hurt in football. Unable to play, and they thought he wouldn't be able to get back in the swing of things till July. But all of a sudden, he kept working, kept put a lot of time and effort, and he fought his way back, and he was there each and every game rooting on his team and helping out. And he was able to get back, and now he's back in DHing. This umpire has a very generous strike zone for both sides. David knew that pitch. I think he thought that might have been a breaking ball that was going to go down and in. It was a fastball right on the inside corner. It catches him looking. Second strikeout for Gruenberg. Brendan Landon, the left fielder, will be the hitter. Up and away for a ball. Brendan bounced around with David Bernard not playing. He got some games at first when Dow pitched. Plays the outfield. He's been a vital cog in a good year for Classical. They throw down the first. Dow is back as the pitch was up and in to Landon. 2-0 the count. Hit foul past first base. That was in on the hands. He just punched it the other way. Down and in for a ball. 3-1. In for a strike, the count goes full. Let's see if they do anything with Dow at first base. Getting a little bit of a lead against the lefty. And down and away for ball 4. So 2 on for the Rams with 1 out. Jared DiFilippo, the shortstop, the hitter. Those bright skies I talked about took a left turn going down towards Route 128 or Route 1. Yeah, it's got a little bit of dark over that left field fence. We hope we can get this in. It's supposed to be raining tonight. Down and in for a ball. Short to short. Safe at first base. They pulled him off the bag. The error allows DiFilippo to reach. Shortstop only had one play. It was just a little tapper. Got it, made the good throw, but he threw it up the first baseline. The error will load the bases. Daniil Ortiz, who made a couple of nice plays defensively in the top of this inning, has a chance to put Classical on top. Hits it foul up in the seats. Andover was pulled in at first and third. They're back at double play depth at short and second. Solid shot in left field for a base hit. That's going to score 2. So he makes 2 big plays defensively, and he comes up with a big base hit. So you wonder why coaches get gray hair. A walk and an error set up the inning. Now there's 2 on with 1 out for James Wilkins. He's trying to do what Sister Amanda did, win his first tournament game. She had a big part in Classical's 2-1 win over Reading in the opening game. High for a ball. Top of the order on deck, Nico Galizzi. Wilkins is the 6th hitter in the inning. 2 in, 1 out. Missing low for a ball. So Grunberg breezed through the first inning, facing only 3 hitters, getting 3 easy outs. But now a hit after a strikeout, a walk, an error, and a 2-base single by Ortiz. A 2 RBI single. In for a strike, 2-1. Andover was looking for a split here at Frazier Field. They lost to St. Mary's in a regular league game. Low for a ball. It goes 3-1. Swing and a miss. The count goes full, 3-2. Classical's been known to run on 3-2 pitches, trying to make something happen. Hit foul off the catcher's mask. You always see the good umpires. When that happens, they want to give the catcher enough time to shake it off. The umpire took a little stroll out to give the ball to the pitcher, stroll back, give the catcher a few extra seconds, shake it off. Good job by the umpire. Hit foul back. We'll do it again at 3-2. Strike 3 called. Wilkins thought it was outside. Second strikeout in the inning. 3rd in the first 2 innings. Top of the order, Nico Galizzi struck out swinging. Hit foul back. Curveball just missed. It broke a little bit late. Good pitch by Grunberg. Swing and a miss. Galisi, one swing of the bat from maybe adding to a 2-0 lead. Gruenberg, one strike away from getting out of it. Chases that pitch again outside. He strikes out the side, but the walk and the error hurt. Classical gets a couple of hits. The big one, the 2 RBI single by Daniil Ortiz. We played 2. Classical has jumped out to a 2-0 lead over Andover. Bottom 3 in the order for Andover. Strange first 2 innings. Finning has given up 2 base hits, but he's only faced 6 hitters, the limit. A single thrown out stealing in the first. A single, the back end of a 4-6-3 double play that got him out of the second inning. And Anderson again pulled way in at third base. Alex Weinreb, the second baseman, is the hitter. Hit to short. DiFilippo to Dow. 1 pitch, 1 out. Hit on the ground to second base. Nice play by Dow on that play. Ortiz threw a little wide to the right field side of first base. Dow just switched his feet, stretched out to his right field and made the play. So Ortiz makes another play and Dow helps him out. 2 quick outs in the third, and we just found out that unfortunately Erica Richard and her Classical Lady Rams were defeated 3-2 by Acton Boxborough in 11 innings. Acton Boxborough had to go 8 to beat Peabody. Otherwise, it would have been Peabody and Classical at Breed. In for a strike. Alex Pizzacreta, the right fielder, is the hitter. So the Lady Rams had a great season. They wound up as co-champs in their division in the Northeastern Conference. They got a win over a very good Reading team in the first game of the tournament. And unfortunately, just came up short. Line to center field. There's Brett Buckland. Does an outstanding job out there. He covers an awful lot of ground. He went way over the left center to make the running catch. So 3 more hitters. Finnegan has faced the minimum. 9 hitters in 3 innings. As Andover's down in the third, 1-2-3. And you make that nice running play at left center field, so you get the lead off the inning. It'll be Brett Buckland, Deshaun Anderson, Aiden Dow, 2, 3, and 4 for Classical. So again, congratulations to Erica Richard. Her girls had a terrific year. Congratulations to those seniors who went out. They should have their heads held very high going out because they had a great year. Becca Walker, that shortstop, is one of the best I've seen. And I've seen a lot in my years doing this. She's an outstanding player. She got the hit Saturday to win the game over Reading and made a couple of tremendous plays at shortstop. And I'm sure that's a tough loss for Brooke Warren. She pitched really well against Reading, kept her team in the game till they won it. The 1 run she gave up against Reading was unearned. I don't know about today. We just got the result. But congratulations to Brooke Warren, turning in 2 great pitching performances. I don't know if she went all the way today, but 11 innings. with a win over Reading and now a performance today that kept her team in it. She's only a sophomore. Brett Buckland hit it to the first baseman, his one time up. Misses the first two pitches for 0-2. Up and away for a ball. Very nice crowd here tonight. From both sides. Good to see. Buckland stepped back, took the pitch, and held his breath, waiting to see what was going to be called, a ball or a strike. It was that close. Hits it right to the first baseman again. Just low enough for the first baseman to make the catch on that line shot. So he's on to the first baseman twice. Deshaun Anderson grounded out, shot to first. Off-speed curveball, nice pitch, drops in for a strike. You get that pitch over, you're going to have the hitters really thinking and guessing. Missed outside for a ball. Gruenberg misses up his speed as well. Hit foul. Goes 1-2. Anderson, the Ram third baseman. Gruenberg was ready. Anderson wasn't. He asked for time and got it. Just got a piece and fouled it to the on-deck hitter, who was Aiden Dow. Chop foul again. Count stays 1-2. Hit foul off the catcher again. Good at bat by Anderson, whatever he does. He's hanging tough, making Gruenberg throw some pitches. Wide for a ball, 2-2. Another foul ball down that grassy knoll behind first base. Hit way up in the air to short center field. Losing his hat, Patrick McConnell, the center fielder, makes the play. 2 up, 2 down in the third. Aiden Dow lined a base hit in the center field, leading off the second inning, scored the first of the 2 runs the Rams got. In for a strike. I always like to mention the crowd out behind right field, sitting up on the hill. Didn't miss by much. With all of the Navigator signs up, you can't park out behind the fence, sit in your car and watch the game anymore. So you either have to come in, but you can sit up on the hill. Long throw across the diamond. Nice stretch at first by Tiberio to get the throw from Ritter. And they get Dow out 5-3 for the third out. A 1-2-3 inning. Second 1-2-3 inning out of 3, but the second inning is the difference. Classical got 2, and that's it. Classical 2, Andover nothing at the end of 3. Top of the order For Andover, as we start the fourth inning, the pitcher, Josh Gruenberg. He grounded out third to first. He sort of like a check swing. He was trying to pull away, just tapped it to the third baseman. Anderson threw him out. He slices it the wrong way again over there. He's one of those bats lefty, throws lefty. You don't see a lot of those. They're waiting to get the ball. The ball went down all the way down almost to the bullpen, and then it bounced out onto the field, so they're waiting until they cleared the ball. Wide for a ball. Slices it foul again. Went up off the party deck and bounces back in the seats. About to have the 1-2 pitch. Gruenberg asked for time and got it. Past third base again, foul. Way wide for a ball. Evens the count at 2. Hit the second base. Ortiz with another play. This is fifth play in 3 1/3 innings. Swing and a miss. Back to McConnell. Got a base hit in the first inning and got thrown out trying to steal second. Hit back foul. Way wide for a ball. Broke down and away, and the count evens at 2. Hits that one a long way. Stayed in the ballpark, went down that grassy knoll. In on the hands, and he punched it. That one off his foot. I felt that one. They jumped all over thinking it was a fair ball, but it went off his foot or his leg, and he's grimacing. Trying to walk it off. Count stays 2-2. Popped in the air. Anderson backing up. He almost wound up on the outfield grass. Kept backing up. Finally pulled it in. Probably an easier play for the shortstop, DiFilippo, who was standing out there, but he got out of the way because Anderson called for it. 2 up, 2 down in the fourth. Matthew Potts hit it on the nose. Buckland made the running catch. Good curveball for a strike from Finnegan. Solid shot to center field. Buckland on his horse going back. Can't get it. The deepest part of the ballpark. Buckland almost made another great catch, but Potts hit that a mile dead center field. The deepest part of the ballpark. And he's at second base with a 2-out double. Finnegan had retired 7 in a row before that mammoth shot by Potts. LeChance got a base hit his first time up. Was knocked down the fielder's choice. And that was the inning that Classel got the 4-6-3 double play. And now another hit to second base. Ortiz is having a career at second base. He makes 2 plays in the inning. He's made 6 plays in 4 innings. We're halfway through the ball game, and that momentum they thought they had with that mammoth shot by Potts is taken away with the ground ball. And halfway through the ball game, Classical is on top, 2-0 over Andover, looking to move on to the semifinals. I've gone this far without mentioning that a lot of work going on here at Frazier Field. If you're used to watching games on Channel 15, you would know that in games past, the backstop was hanging down. There were baseballs hanging in. They were blocking part of your view on your TV set. They've fixed the backstop so that doesn't happen. The seats were condemned underneath the overhang. If you're familiar with Frazier Field, all the seats under the overhang were condemned. Couldn't sit there, cordoned off, but they've got a construction company coming in. They put a very big net, if you will, under the covering, the cement covering, so if anything falls, it falls into the netting. And they've opened up the seating underneath, and that makes it especially good for the Navigators when they play here, because they'll be here the rest of the summer. And I should mention that a week from Wednesday, Frank Carey, the winningest coach in New England, now retired, but still the winningest coach, will have his Massachusetts All-Star game here at Frazier Field. This being Monday, a week from Wednesday, the 19th. Hard to believe. We're almost halfway through June. With all the horrible, horrible weather we've had this year through April and May, and even into part of June. David Bernard was called out on strikes his first trip. And once again, that ball went down the right field line and kicked out into fair territory. That was the reason for the delay. David Bernard, Brendan Lannon, Jared DiFilippo, the 3 hitters to face Gruenberg. Swing and a miss, he gets him. Five strikeouts for Gruenberg. He struck out the side in the second. That was the inning he gave up the 2 runs that were unearned. Hit to first base. And the first baseman, Tiberio, has been busy. He makes his 5th play. Jared DiFilippo reached on an error, and it was big. The error low to the bases. And then Ortiz come up with the big 2-run single, and that's the difference in the game. Over the mound. Great play by the shortstop. Potts went way to his left. Behind the mound, no wasted effort. Second 1-2-3 inning in a row for Gruenberg. He's retired the last 7, but he's on the short end as Classical is leading Andover 2-0 at the end of 4. 5, 6, and 7 for Andover as we start the 5th inning. Classical on top 2-0. We mentioned Andover's already played a game. They beat Boston Latin. This is the first tournament game for Classical. And everything, Frazier Field will be no more during the tournament unless they come back for maybe the final, or if they schedule a division final or something. They choose the venues for the different tournaments. Solid shot to left field, all the way down to the fence. A leadoff double by Tiberio. Second extra base hit, this one leading off the 5th. So they already know where the games are going to be played. Nick Silva is the pinch runner. Nolan Shermer bounced in a 4-6-3 double play. Finnegan took a little too long. Shermer asked for time and got it. Andover trying to eat into a Classical 2-0 lead. They got a runner at second with nobody out here in the 5th. Bounce off the catcher to the backstop. The wild pitch will move the runner to third. So Andover 90 feet away from getting on the board. They try to pick the runner off at third. Anderson made a nice catch of the throw, tripped over the runner, but held on to the ball. Andover dugout has come alive with that double and wild pitch. Good curveball. He took something off and dropped it in. Classical's got the infield in. I'm not sure why, with a 2-run lead. Curveball again. This one hangs high. Hit in a right field for a base hit. Shermer gets Andover on the board. Tying run at first with nobody out here in the 5th. Joshua or Tyler Durling will run at first base. Alex Weinreb grounded out short to first his one trip. Deshaun Ayers is playing shorter than softball distance at third base. I think he's expecting a bunt. Gets the bunt down. They only have one play to go to first. So the sacrifice moves the tying run into scoring position for Aiden Ritter. Bounced out to second base his one trip. Wide for a ball. Well, they're giving an awful big hole between first and second with Ortiz over trying to keep the runner close at second. There's a mammoth hole between the first and second baseman. Down and away for ball two. So Andover and their fans have been sitting on their hands through the first 4 innings, but they've come to life here a little bit. Missing for ball three. In for a strike. Three-one the count. Missing for ball four. So 2 on with 1 out. Alex Pizzacreta, the right fielder, hit it on the nose. Brett Buckler made a nice running catch in left center field to end the third inning. One out, 2 on here in the top of the fifth. Klaskal up a run. Lined in the center field. Buckland comes on and dives and makes the catch again. Tremendous play by Brett Buckland. He's robbed Pizzacreta twice. What a play by Buckland. He took a shot, dove and picked it off the grass for the second out. Now Grunberg, the pitcher, can help himself. 2 on and 2 out. Lined into center field. Base hit. The pitcher helps himself with a big 2-out hit. Andover has tied it up. Buckland ran out of miracles. They had 3 hits coming in the inning. They got 3 hits in the inning so far. Still 2 on with 2 out. Grunberg jumped on the first pitch. Popped up. Finnegan will help himself. But Andover's come back to tie it up. They sent 7 hitters to the plate. The big 2-out hit by the pitcher, Josh Grunberg. The walk hurt. First walk given up by Finnegan. So we're moving to the bottom of the 5th, and we're now dead even at 2 apiece. So Grunberg has given him and his team a life with the big 2-out hit. So now we'll start the bottom of the 5th as we started the 1st to the bottom of the 1st, dead even, 2 apiece. Glasgow will have 8, 9, and 1. That was the first inning that second baseman Ortiz didn't make a play. Andover kept the ball away from him. We mentioned before the Classical girls lost in 11 innings. That means Acton Boxborough in their first 2 tournament games played 19 innings to win their 2 games. 9-8 over Peabody, 3-2 over Classical. I hope they at least get a day off before they have to play again. Ortiz got a base hit that knocked in the 2 runs. So he's 1 for 1 with 2 RBI. And he's made 5 plays in 4 innings. 6 plays in the first 4 innings. In for a strike on the inside corner. Up and away for a ball. The 1 inning that Andover kept the ball away from Ortiz, they got their 2 runs. Hit slowly to short. They got to hurry. They threw it in the turf. First baseman couldn't pick it. Ortiz will reach on the error. And you got to think you're going to see a bunt here. Tyler Duggan will run at first base. Wilkins was called on strikes. And right away, rid of the third baseman is way in at third. The bunt is popped back to the screen. Wide for a ball. They throw it down. They almost threw it away. Nice play by Tiberio, the first baseman. He went high in the air to get that throw. That goes down. No telling what happens there if that goes all the way down to the bullpen area. The right fielder was off the line in right field. High and away for a ball. 2-1. They bunted foul. Swing and a miss. That's a big out. They couldn't get the bunt down. Nico Galizzi has struck out swinging twice. Both times at third strikes, he chased a pitch that was up and away. He squares the bunt. Takes the pitch down and in for a ball. I think the runner at first base might have missed a sign. They usually square like that to try and protect the runner who's stealing second base. Swing and a miss. Galizzi's trying to hit the ball in Manning Field. High for a ball. One of the few times we've been here that Manning Field lights are off and there's nothing over there. With the season wrapping up, there's not much over there. They have a soccer clinic for young kids. They have a flag football, and I think that they just had their playoffs, I think, so they might be done. Hit in the air. Second baseman making the call. And he'll make the play. Second baseman Weinreb. Two-way for Brett Buckland, who has gone to first base twice. Hit a hard shot right at the first baseman on the ground for an out, and then lined it to the third baseman. Just not high enough to get it over the first baseman's head. Missing wide for a ball. Hits it foul off to the right side. Hit up the middle into center field for a base hit. Duggan will stop at second. So they wish now they got that bunt down. Tayshaun Ayers is grounded out to short, fly to center field. We're going to trip out to the mound. We're in the bottom of the fifth, 2-2. Glasgow got 2 in the second. Andover just got 2 in the top of this fifth inning. Andover needs an out. Glasgow needs a hit. Nice stop by the catcher, Shermer. Way inside to hit him. That loads him up for Aiden Dow. He singled and scored in the second. Bounced to third base his last time up. Hit up the middle for a base hit. Great play by the second baseman. They flip to the shortstop. Umpire says safe. He beat it. That looked That took a run away from Glasgow. That looked like a base hit up the middle for 2 runs. Second baseman went a mile to his right, got it, flipped it to the shortstop. They thought they had the force, but they don't give it to him. So Dow gets his second hit and gets an RBI. What a play by the second baseman. That saved, at least momentarily, a run. David Bernard has struck out twice. High and tight for a ball. That looked golden going into center field for a base hit. 2 runs. Second baseman, I don't know how he got behind second base that far to knock it down and then make it close that they actually thought they had the out at second base. It was that close. What a tremendous try, effort, and almost a great play. Hit foul off the catcher. 1-2 the count. Anderson just got to second base by an eyelash. Hit hard, the shortstop will make the unassisted play. Bernard hit it right on the nose, but big hop to the shortstop. But Classical answers back with a run. So back and forth we go. We finished 5 here. Classical back on top by a skinny run. It's Classical 3, Andover 2 at the end of 5. Middle of the order, 3, 4, and 5 for Andover as we start the 6th inning. Matthew Potts flied to center field and then hit a shot and a half to center field for a double. But it came with 2 outs in the 4th. He was stranded there. So he's 1 for 2. He's the shortstop. Missing inside for a ball. Started to pull the trigger and held up. Reaches for it, hits it to Dow at first. He'll make the play himself. That's a good hitter they got out. Shane LaChance singled, grounded out second to first. He got the single in the second inning where Ortiz, the second baseman, had a big inning getting 1 play to force at second and then the 4-6-3 double play. Lined into left field for a base hit. He's got his second hit. Anthony Tiberio. And we'll get a runner at first. They ran for him before, so that might mean that he's out of the ballgame, I would think. Missed inside. Tiberio reached to the fielder's choice, doubled and scored the 1 run. He ripped a double down inside the left field foul line. Down and away for a ball, 2-0. If he ever hits the ball to right center, he can run forever. They're playing him as a pull hitter. Goes after it, hits it foul. Up over everything, another play. Chase that high pitch. Finnegan got a little help on that pitch. So instead of 3-0, it's 2-1. Quick toss over, getting back is LCHS. Nice stop by Galizzi on a pitch in the turf. It bounced away, but the runner didn't realize that the runner was going back to first base. Costco might have got a break there because Galizzi had battled over, around, and through the hitter to go get the ball. Not a big lead at first base. The 3-1 pitch up and coming. Hit in the air to left field. It's over the left fielder's head. All the way back to the warning track. They're saying the runner home. And he's going to score. Another shot by Tiberio. So a single and a long double. And we're going to tie game again with the go-ahead run at second base. Trimmer has bounced in with double play, singled in a run. And he scored the run that tied the game up at 2. So he's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. And his single knocked in Tiberio after he had doubled. So it's the same. I think they're going to put him on. They're going to walk him intentionally. So that puts runners at first and second with 1 out. For Weinreb, who was grounded to short and sacrificed. Fishing low for a ball. Fishing wide for a ball, 2-0. Way wide again, 3-0. In for a strike. 3-1. Weinreb will still be fussy here. 3-1 the count. Finnegan working quickly. Hit the second base. Can they get 2? They flip for 1. They bounce the ball to first base. That slowed it down. They get 1. Looked like they were going to get their second double play. Now, what do you do if you're Classical if Andover sends the runner from first base? First and third, 2 outs. Aiden Ritter is grounded to second and walked. Galisi was out in front of the plate, flashing signs to the infielders, letting them know what they're going to do if the runner goes. And obviously he should go. Hit in the center field for a base hit. Andover gets their first lead. He jumped on the first pitch. They weren't worried about the runner going to second. So they just missed a double play getting out of the inning, and it cost them. So Andover gets 2 in the 5th, 2 here in the 6th. Both times they come back, and Classical's going to make a couple of changes. Aiden Dow will be the new pitcher. David Bernard, the DH, will no longer be the DH. He's going to first base as Finnegan is removed. Alex Pisciquetta has gone to Buckland twice. Buckland has robbed him twice of base hits. He's hit 2 shots to center field, and Buckland has made 2 great plays. One a terrific play coming in, picking it off the grass. The other one going back over his shoulder. Hit in the air outside first base. David Bernal just came in, makes the play. So they get out of the inning, but not before Andover gets 2. And now Classical is on the short end. So Finnegan goes 5 2/3 innings, gives up 4 runs. They're earned. 9 hits, 6 of them in the 2 innings that Andover scored. Walked 2. Neither of them scored. Didn't strike out a batter. And he's on the hook now for the loss if Classical can't make a comeback as Andover did. So now Gruenberg on the mound starts the bottom of the 6th with a lead for the first time, as it's 4-3. Classical got 2 unearned in the second, a big error helped the inning along. The big 2 RBI hit by Ortiz. And then they got another big error in the 5th. Got them an unearned run. The error reached and the error scored. It was Ortiz. So he's knocked in 2 and scored a run. He's been involved in all 3. And he had 6 putouts in the first 4 innings. He now has 7, not putouts, but plays, 7 plays in 6 innings. And Classical just missed turning that double play. The throw coming to first base. Didn't get there on the fly. It bounced and that slowed it down just enough for Weinreb to beat it and keep the inning alive. And then Ritter got the base hit for the RBI with 2 outs. Brendan Landon takes the pitch high for a ball. He's walked and scored and bounced to first. In for a strike, 1-1. So the Andover fans really came to life in the 5th when they tied it. Kind of a little bit down after Classical got a run to make it 3-2, but now they're back up as Andover gets 2 to take the lead. And there was a foot race. Tayshawn Anderson got beaten to the baseball by Dan Grahams, the head coach. Graham's got almost a standing ovation from the Andover fans. He didn't have to go as far as Anderson did, but he's not in as good a shape as Anderson is either. Hit slowly, the third baseman cuts it off. And they throw Landon out. Might have been a different story if it goes to the shortstop because it wasn't hit that hard. But the third baseman, Ritter, made a nice play cutting it off and a good throw to the first baseman, Tiberio. Lined in the right center field for a base hit. DiFilippo gets a base hit. The tying runners at first. Danell Ortiz singled in 2, reached on an error and scored. As we told you, he's been involved in all 3 runs. Nice stop by the catcher, Shermer. Hit foul back out of play. Some of the classical girls here just walked in, getting back from Acton Boxborough with their tough loss in 11 innings, trying to root on the boys. They threw the ball over. Time was out. They called time on the play before they threw the ball over. Wide for a ball. On the inside corner, Classical didn't like it. 2-2 the count. If he hit that, he wasn't going to do anything with it. It was in on the hands. Now, timeout again is. Looked like Grunberg was going to throw, and Ortiz wasn't set. Hit to third, they get 1, and they get 2 for a double play. Ortiz hit it right on the nose. Third baseman picked it. Nice turn in the middle by the second baseman, Weinreb, and Classical is down to their last 3 outs as Andover turns the double play. We're through 6. Andover 4, Link Classical 3. Top of the order for Andover, Josh Grunenberg. Got a big 2-out hit, knocking in a run that tied the game. Back in the 5th inning. Facing Dow for the first time, who will start an inning. He came in and got the 3rd out. Fishing wide for a ball, 2-0. Down and away, 3-0. Ball forward, goes to the backstop. Patrick McConnell singled and was thrown out trying to steal. Pop to third, pop to the pitcher. So he's 1 for 3. Andover trying to add to their lead. They got the leadoff hitter on here in the 7th inning. They have everybody charging, moving, and they try to pick the runner off at first base. Anderson again extremely close at third base. Down and in for a ball. We mentioned before, Andover was trying to get a split here at Fraser Field. They lost to St. Mary's here. Wide for a ball. He's trying to bunt, and Glasgow won't let him. Towers got that good move. He's picked off 4 or 5 runners this year. They're not getting that far off the bag. Way up in the air for 3-0. On 4 pitches, back-to-back walks. That brings Mike Sukowski out of the dugout. Trying to keep it a 1-run game. And we might see David Bernard going to the mound. So Dow, I think, is going to go back to first. David Bernard, I believe, is going to be the new pitcher. 2 on, nobody out. Back-to-back walks. David Bernard will be the new pitcher. Dow goes back to first base. Matthew Potts has flied to center, doubled, bounced to the first baseman. Squares to bunt, misses it for strike 1. Bunts it foul, 0-2. Glasgow wanted that pitch. Umpire just flipped with his right. He made it even more difficult because he threw his right hand out, which normally means strike 3. But he was indicating that it was wide, but you don't want to do that with your right hand. Breaking ball hangs up and away, and it's 2-2. Solid shot out in front, pulled it well foul. Got all of that one. Glasgow wanted it again and didn't get it, the curveball. Umpire said it was inside, and the count goes full. Here, Bernard not getting a break on any of those last 2 pitches. Didn't give it inside, didn't give it outside. Strike 3 call, he got that one. I guess the hitter probably thought, he's never going to call me out. One away. Shane LaChance has singled, grounded to second, singled and scored. He's 2 for 3. Facing David Bernard for the first time. Dumped in a short left field. It's going to drop for a base hit. The runner had a hold to see if it would be caught. So the bases are loaded with 1 out for Tiberio, the first baseman. Bounced into a fielder's choice. Doubled and scored. Doubled in a run and scored. So he's knocked in. He's got a double his last 2 times. Knocked in a run and scored 2. So he's 75% of the offense. He's up there now with the bases loaded. They're in at first and third. They're back second and short. They hit second for 1. They turn the double play. Great job. Good turn in the middle by DiFilippo. So David Bernard comes in and gets a strikeout and a double play. But now Classical has to go to work. That strikeout by David Bernard is the first strikeout of the night for Classical pitching. So Gruenberg is 3 outs away from getting Andover into the semifinals. Classical needs a run. It'll be 9-1-2. And I believe it's going to be Nathaniel Almendarez pinch hitting for Wilkins. And then back to the top of the order. For white knuckle time over on the Classical side. Girls lost a tough game in 11 innings. Now Classical trying to stay alive, trailing 4-3. Here in the bottom of the 7th, they need at least a run to stay alive. They'd love to get 2, obviously. Almendarez will lead it off, and then back to the top of the order. It's now Classical that needs the comeback. Swing and a miss. Two quick strikes. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Six strikeouts for Gruenberg. Nico Galizzi has struck out twice, popped to the second baseman. Classical needs a base runner to get the tying run on. Runs up to try and bunt, and they say he didn't offer. He ran up, but didn't attempt, so it's ball 1. He ran about 4 steps up the first base line. That crowd out behind the right field fence has got even bigger. Everybody up on the edge of their seats on both sides. High for a ball, 2-1. Classical trying to extend their season. Andover trying to win their second game of the tournament. High and tight for a ball is 3-1. Got to be fussy here. You need a base runner. Galisi was on his way to first base. The ball certainly looked like it was wide. But instead, it's 3-2 as it's called a strike. Hit foul up in the seats. The payoff pitch. Hit foul again up in the seats. And beyond the seats. So we'll do it again at 3-2. Ball 4. Galisi draws a walk. Classical has a pulse. Brett Buckland bounced to first, lined to first, and got a base hit his last time up. A big play in this game was Dow's infield hit that looked like it was going up the middle, and the second baseman made a great play. Classical left the bases loaded. They got a run on the play, but they left the bases loaded. Down and in for 2-0. Line to right field for a base hit. Huston is second. Galisi, that could have been a force out. It was a line shot by Buckland. So Classical's pulse is getting a little heavier as they got a walk and a base hit. Now they have the tying run at second, the winning run at first base for Deshaun Anderson, who was grounded out, flied out, and got hit by a pitch. And Dan Grams comes out to talk to the troops. And that's going to do it. We're going to have a new pitcher. Andrew Theriault is going to be the new pitcher. Deshaun Anderson trying to hope Classical mount a comeback. Andover got 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. After Classical got 2 in the 2nd and 1 in the 5th. And that's where we are, 4-3. But after an out, a walk to Galisi and a base hit by Buckland has put the tying run at second, the winning run at first for Deshaun Anderson with 1 out. Theriault throws it for a strike. Theriault trying to save it and get Gruenberg the win. Swings through the pitch. Quickly 2 strikes. Theriault, a tall right-hander who can bring it. High for a ball. Also benching their fans coming alive here in the bottom of the 7th. Theriault getting ready to pitch. Anderson asked for time, and they gave it to him. Theriault threw the pitch anyway. He didn't see time called. The 1-2 pitch up and coming. Hit foul out of play. Anderson hanging in. Once again, the 1-2 pitch. Hit to short. They get 1. They don't get 2. The runner is going to try and score, and he does. Great hustle by Galisi. He's going to score on the error. Anderson reaches on the fielder's choice. I'm not sure why they're going out and talking to the base umpire. Unless they're trying to say he interfered with the throw to first base on the attempted double play. They got the out. The error allows the run to score. They threw it in the dirt or the turf, bounced off the first baseman, and great hustle by Galisi. They were looking for a double play to end the game. They got one. They didn't get two, and when the ball was low to first base, off the glove, Galisi just kept running. Great hustle, slid in with the tying run. Hit foul. Dow was singled and scored, grounded to third, singled in a run. His was the big play, the ground ball over second base, that the second baseman, Weinrib, made a great play. He didn't get an out. They thought they had an out at second base, but they didn't get an out. But he stopped it from going in the outfield, and that probably would have been a run. They got one. They might have got two, and this game would be over now if they did. But Classical has come back to tie it on another error, another unearned run, but they'll take it. Time is called, and this has been, you don't see this very often with the pitcher getting ready to throw, and then they call timeout and they give it to him. Hit to left field, drifting back. The left fielder, McCarthy, makes the play for the third out, but Glasgow Pulse just got a little stronger as they've tied it up here in the seventh inning. One hit, an error, a walk, another unearned run. We finished 7. Nothing to choose between these two teams. We started even, we're still even. Classical 4, Andover 4 at the end of 7. 6, 7, and 8 for Andover as we start the 8th inning. Classical staying alive. Great base running by Nico Galisi. He went to third when they attempted double play. To throw to first, a little bit low. It didn't go that far away from the first baseman. Galisi just kept running and slid head first across home plate with the tying run. Good pitch by David Bernard. He came in and pitched the 7th inning. Shermer is grounded with double play, singled in a run and scored and walked as he fouls it off, and it's 1-2. Curveball hung way up and in, and the count evens at 2. That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. Chop, nobody could find it. Galisi couldn't find it. Diving head first in the first base was the hitter, but it's a foul ball. I'm dating myself. A Baltimore chop high in the air. Galizzi couldn't find it. The hitter was on his way to first base with a head first dive, trying to be safe, and the ball wound up outside the foul line. Hit foul again. I don't think David Bernard would have thought that this is where he would have been a couple of weeks ago. Pitching in the 8th inning in the tournament. Josh, that was ball 4, but he reached him, fouled it off. David got a little help on that pitch. Strike 3 call. Good pitch. The Andover fans don't like it. Alex Weinreb grounded a short, sacrificed, reached in a fielder's choice. His fielder's choice was the double play that Classical thought they were going to get. They were just late at first base. And Andover wound up getting a base hit after that to take the 4-3 lead. Classical would have been out of it. That run in the 7th would have won the game. The 1-1 pitch. Off the second baseman. Safe. Ortiz has been outstanding all night long, and he kind of misjudged that one. He mishandled it. That's the first error on the Rams. So the go-ahead runners at first. Ritter grounded a second, walked, singled in a run. The run gave Andover their first lead at 4-3. First game today, St. Mary scored in the bottom of the 7th to nip Belmont. Now we're in the top of the 8th in a 4-4 tie. Classical had to get a run in the bottom of the 7th to stay alive. Slices it past third base. Two on the count. Getting back at first is Weinreb. Popped up. Anderson almost cut in front of the shortstop. DiFilippo called him off. Two away. Pizziqueta lined to center field, and then popped to David Bernard in foul territory. Low for a ball. They flip the second. DiFilippo to Ortiz. The error doesn't hurt. So Andover is down in the 8th. Glasgow now has a chance to win it if they can get a run in the bottom of the 8th. It will be 5, 6, and 7. And Andrew Theriault will take the mound. He's now the pitcher of record, as is David Bernard. So here we go in the bottom of the 8th. David Bernard, who has come in and saved the bacon. He got a strikeout and induced a double play when Andover had the bases loaded in the top of the 7th and 1 out. Has a fairly easy 8th inning. Now he'll try to help himself, maybe to get a win. He'll look to get on base. He has struck out twice and bounced into a fielder's choice. He hit it right on the nose last time, but hit it right at the shortstop. High and tight for a ball. So the pressure now switches back to Andover. Glasgow with a run can win it. Hit to short. Nice stretch at first base by Cabrio on a high throw to Berrio. Yeah, and hit it well, but hit right at the shortstop. Brennan Landon walked and scored, bounced to the first baseman, bounced out second and first. Wide for a ball. In for a strike. So Theriault is no longer trying to save it for Gruenberg. He's trying to win it. Curveball, that really broke. That looked like it was going to be inside, broke outside. Lennon almost swung at that. Popped up. Third baseman can't make the play. Kind of overran. He ran by it. It drifted back to the third base coach's box. He tried to reach back, got a glove on it, but couldn't hold on. And Landon has a life with the count 2-2. Boy, Theriault doesn't waste any time. He just gets it and throws it. Once again, he was ready to throw. They asked for time. Landon's trying to get back in the box and get ready. Theriault just wants to throw the ball. Hit straight up in the air. Second baseman calls everybody off and makes the play. Weinrub with the pop-up. Jared DiFilippo will be the hitter. In for a strike. Chased that pitch. It was down and away. Almost pulled the trigger on that high fastball, just held up. That one's in the turf. And we got deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in inning number 8. Good fastball, just missed inside. Handcuffed him. Nothing he would have done with that pitch, even if he hit it. Way in on the hands. And the count is 3-2. Hit in the center field for a base hit. DiPilippo's on base for the 3rd time. That's the first base runner against Theriault. He had retired all 4 hitters he faced. Daniil Ortiz singled, knocking in 2. Reset and scored. Hit it right on the nose to the third baseman. It turned into a 5-4-3 double play. The winning run at first base with 2 outs. In for a strike. Ortiz wanted timeout. He didn't get it. The runner takes off. He got a great pitch to run on. Pitch down the turf. So the winning runner's in scoring position. Ortiz has had a great game. The one error he made had nothing to do with it. He's made 7 plays. He's got a chance to be a hero here with a base hit. Dan Graham's called the timeout. Walking up, talk to the umpire about something. Now they're going to put him on. So they put him on. James Wilkins, who was hit for, re-entered the game. The number 9 hitter, he's the right fielder. He's been up twice and struck out twice. This is his first at bat against Theriault. For Andover, it sets up a force at any base. Swing and a miss. Swings through the first 2 pitches. High for a ball. Theriault wastes no time at all. He's back on the mound. Get me the ball. I want to throw it. Waves at the pitch for strike 3. So the base hit and the stolen base get left at second base. We keep going. The fans are still here. We're through 8. Still nothing to choose. Classical 4, Andover 4 at the end of 8. We can't do it in regulation. We can't do it in an extra inning. We have to go into inning number 9. In the 9th inning, it'll be the top of the order for both teams. I'm not sure. Josh Gruenberg, I don't know. He must have stayed in the game someplace because he's leading off. He's going to walk on a hit in 4 tries. He got a big hit knocking in a run. that tied the game way back in the 5th inning. I don't know where he went to play. In for a strike, 1-1. Dave Bernard starting his 2nd full inning. On the inside corner for strike 2. Andover asking for timeout. Taking a page out of Classwell's book. Hit foul out of play. One, two, the count. Wow, Classical wanted that one, the breaking ball. Boy, that almost looked too good. Umpire's taking a beating from both sides. Sliced it, scattered the fans down there. Right behind third base. That almost did some damage. Down and in. Now we got a full count. Hit foul. Gruenberg staying alive. Line to the shortstop. He thought he had a base hit. DiFilippo took it away. Patrick McConnell, the hitter, fouls it back. He single, popped to third, popped to the pitcher, and walked. And that one hits him. So the go-ahead runners at first base with one out. For Matthew Potts, he's flied to center, doubled, bounced to first, called out on strikes. The call out on strikes was against David Bernard. In for a strike. Hit in the air to center field. Buckland drifting back, makes the play. Potts hit that a long way. Buckland tracked it down for the second out. Shane LeChance, single, grounded to second, singled and scored, single. He's got 3 hits in 4 trips. One of them came against David Bernard. They play him like a right-handed hitter. Center fielder shaded over towards left center field. They give him a huge gap in right center field. The runner takes off, hit in the air, down the left side. Long run for everybody, can't get there. Landon with a terrific try. They had Potts, the runner, off and running. Oscar looking for the last out. LCHS looking for a base hit. Trying to keep the inning alive. Hit foul back. One, two, the count. Hit to left field, coming on. Nice shot by Landon. Got a good jump, timed it well, caught it just above his knee with the running catch. Good job. Makes 2 plays in the inning. And once again, Classical has a chance to win the game. They'll have the top of the order up here in the 9th. Nico Galigi, Brett Buckland, Deshaun Anderson. Classical boys are saying, well, if the girls went 11, we might do them a few more. No curfew here. We can go all night. Theriault will start again. He pitched the 8th. He came in the 7th. With 2 on and induced the out. He thought he won the game for Andover. They looked like they were going to turn a double play. The throw to first base was just low enough that it bounced away only a couple of feet from the first baseman. But Nico Galisi, great base running. Scored from second. He just took a shot, dove head first across home plate, beating the throw and tying the game up. Now he's leading off the 9th inning. He has struck out twice, popped a second, and that big walk with 1 out in the 7th, and that great base running. He scored the run to tie it. Way up and in for a ball. Just step into those. Take one for the team. In for a strike. 1-1. Again, Theriault doesn't waste any time. He's just getting it, throwing it. Hit right at the right field. He hit it well, but hit it right at the right fielder. Brett Buckland bounced to first, lined to first, singled the last 2 times. His single helped set up the run that tied it in the 7th inning. Yeah, he's made a couple of nice plays in center field. Almost made a great play in center field. Hit behind first base. Second baseman calls everybody off, makes the play in fair territory. Would have been a very tough play for the first baseman. Two up, 2 down. Deshaun Anderson grounded a shot, flied to center field, got hit by a pitch, His was the ground ball. He beat the throw to first. When it trickled away from the first baseman, Galizzi was able to score from second and tie the game up. Way wide for a ball. Down and away, 2-0. Up and in, 3-0. Almost hit him. In for a strike. He may be taken here too. They need a base runner. Pop straight up in the air. Third baseman, shortstop. They both lost their hat. They dropped the ball. They bumped into each other and dropped the ball. They dropped their hats. They dropped the ball. He reaches on the error off the third baseman's glove. Fourth error for Andover. Easy play for the third baseman. The shortstop came over, almost made contact. They both lost their hats. Now you have to try and get Anderson to second base, I would think, with the winning run. And they make a trip out to the mound. Aiden Dow singled and scored, grounded out third to first, singled in a run. Flied to left as last time. Conference on the mound, talking to everybody. Mike Shukowski gets to talk to the hitter, base runner. And you gotta think that they gotta try and get Anderson to second base. A little better for Glasgow now with the right-handed pitcher. He's getting a pretty good lead. Hit foul back by Dow. Diving back at first is Anderson. Getting a decent lead at first. Haskell dugout alive. Anderson diving back again. That group up on the hill behind right field has stayed through the whole game. Wide, they throw the ball down, and they tag him out. Nice throw by the catcher, Sherman. Nice tag by the second baseman, Weinreb. So the error doesn't hurt. Glasgow is down in the ninth. We'll move into the 10th with the score tied at 4. Anthony Tiberio leads it off for Andover as they have 5, 6, and 7 here in inning number 10. We may have to come back tomorrow to finish this. I was hoping to get a sandwich on the way home, but everything will be closed. Tiberio Bounced into a fielder's choice. Doubled and scored. Doubled in a run and scored. And bounced into a 4-6-3 double play. High in the air to left center field. Long run. Getting there is Landon. Buckland was right behind him. Landon reached up and stuck up the glove and made the one-handed catch. Tiberio hit that a long way. It was as high as it was deep. 3 straight putouts for Landon in left field. 2 to end the 9th, 1 to start the 10th. This is Shermer, the catcher. Bounced in a 4-6-3 double play. Singled in a run and scored. Walked, struck out. The strikeout was against David Bernard, who is in his 3rd inning of work. Down and away, 3-0. In for a strike. Slice foul up in the seats. Nice play by Dow. That's a line drive in the right field for a base hit. It was very lucky he's left-handed because he'd have to go across his body, but he leaped and made a tremendous play and takes at least a base hit, maybe more. If it hits out there and deflects down at the bullpen area, might have been extra bases. So the nice running catch by Landon in left, followed by the line shot caught by Dow. And the first pitch is a strike to Alex Weinreb. In for a strike, quickly 0-2. Tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. It broke down and away. Dow with another nice play. A couple of steps to his right. Again, we're thankful he's left-handed. Reached out, made 2 great plays at first base. 2 solid shots by Andover. 3 if you count the long fly to left field. And they wind up with a 1-2-3 inning in the 10th. And once again, Glasgow will have a chance to win it. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 for the Rams. Dow was up at bat in the 9th inning when Anderson was thrown out trying to steal second base. So he'll lead off the bottom of the 10th. So it'll be Aiden Dow, David Bernard, and Brendan Lannon. So why not? You make 2 great plays in the inning. Why not lead off? Glasgow had to score a run in the bottom of the 7th after they led for most of the game. Andover took the lead away with 2 in the 5th and 2 in the 6th, forcing Glasgow to need a run. And they got it in the 7th on great base running by Nico Galizzi. And now nobody's come close. Both teams had a base runner. Andover got a hit batsman in the ninth. An error by Andover in the ninth, but then they threw Anderson out trying to steal. There was an error in the eighth by Klasko, wiped out. There was a single and a walk in the eighth after 2 outs, but then the big strikeout got him out of the inning. So Klasko looking to get a run here and move on to the semifinals. Andover pushing it to inning number 11. Down tries to bunt, fouls it off. Most of the fans still here. We're lucky the rain is held off. It was supposed to be coming. Way wide for a ball. Terrio starting his inning for the third time. He came in relief in the seventh. Slicing it the other way. That looked like it went down in that batting cage area behind third base. Way wide for a ball. Evens the count at 2. Late night for those who have to go to work tomorrow. Swing and a miss for strike 3. David Bernard struck out the first 2 times, grounded a short the last 2 times. Out in front of the plate. And the catcher will throw him out. Nice play by Shermer getting out quickly. Pitcher couldn't have made that play. Brendan Lane walked and scored, bounced to first, bounced to second, popped to second. Line to center field, moving over and making the play is McConnell. A 1-2-3 inning for Theriault and Andover. Yeah, we just can't seem to come up with a winner here. Both teams battling. We'll move into inning number 11 with the score still tied 4 apiece. We'll start the 11th inning, 8-9-1 for Andover. Aiden Ritter takes a strike. He's grounded a second, walked, singled in a run. At the time, gave Andover their 4-3 lead and popped to the shortstop. Down and in, it goes to the screen behind home plate, bouncing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lined in the center field, it bounces. I waited. Buckler's made great plays like that before. He almost made one there. So the leadoff hitter is on, and they got to look for a bunt here. And I don't understand how they're doing this. Runenberg, the pitcher, went to play right field. This is the right fielder. I would think, since the DH is hitting for the left fielder, I would think that the pitcher now in the game would have to hit for the right fielder, in the right fielder spot. Fouled off. Take the pitcher out. Anderson is about as close as you can get. They get the bunt down. David Bernard makes the play. So, Pisacreta got his job done. Top of the order, Josh Grunberg. Ground to the third, ground to the second, singled in a run, walked, and lined out to the shortstop. With the exception of ground ball to second base, he's gone the other way. High for a ball. And I just don't understand how you try to keep score in these games. He was the starting pitcher. They removed him. He went to right field. They took the right fielder out. The right fielder was just the hitter that bunted. And Theriault, who went in to pitch, hasn't hit. So I don't understand how you can do that. Low for a ball. 3-0. In for a strike. 3-1 to count. He got a big hit, a big 2-out hit in the 5th inning that tied the ball game up. He was the pitcher of record at that time. He draws a walk. So 2-1 for Patrick McConnell. McConnell is single, popped to third, popped to the pitcher, and walked. Down and away for a ball. Hit in the left center field for a base hit. Andover takes the lead in the 11th. And they're looking for more with second and third and 1 out. Solid shot into left center field. Classical will bring the infield in. They're going to put the hitter on to load the bases. For Shane LaChance, who was singled, grounded out, singled, and flied to left. He's got 3 hits and scored a run. And last time up, he flied to left field. So he's 3 for 5. With a run scored. Classical bringing their infield closer, their outfield, closer. Reached for that one and fouled it off. So Classical was hard pressed to get Glasgow was hard pressed to get a run in the bottom of the 7th to keep themselves alive. Line in the left field, foul ball. That was fouled by inches. I like the people who were sitting over behind the Glasgow dugout saying that was a fair ball. They can't even see the foul line out there. Hit the second. They get one. They get a double play. That's the way they ended the 7th inning, and they got to run to get back in it. And they're going to have to duplicate that. Ortiz making another nice play. He's only a freshman. Ariel, I still don't understand how you can take the pitcher of record out of the game, put him in right field, bring a new pitcher in, you have a DH hitting for the left fielder, and the new pitcher comes in, doesn't hit. I don't know how you do that. You can't change DHs in the middle of the stream. The left fielder is still the left fielder. So I don't know how you do that. So Theriault, all he has to do is pitch. I thought Theriault would be hitting in the spot for the right fielder, with Gruneberg staying in the game playing right field. But then the right fielder came up to hit. Someone's going to have to explain to me. This is almost like free substitution. Put up a whoever you want. Bottom 3 in the order are due for Glasgow. Jared DiFilippo reached an error, grounded to short, single twice. He's been on base 3 times. He's got to get on base again to give Glasgow a life. In for a strike. Hit solidly to short. And a nice stretch at first by Tiberio, keeping his foot on the base. Hit it on the nose, DiFilippo, but he's out, shot to first for the first out. This is going to be, this has never happened in the history of sports in the city of Lynn. Glasgow boys and girls could both lose in 11 innings. 2 quick outs. Glasgow down to their last out. Hit out of play. Wilkins trying to get on to extend the inning. Give Glasgow a life. Their pulse is very weak at this moment. High for a ball. Top of the order on deck. Andover fans in dugout getting really excited now. Glasgow down to their last strike. Chop to third. And they make the play, and Andover's going to win it. Theriault was immense in the extra innings. He only allowed an error in the 8th. He retired 9 in a row, counting a throw out at second base on a steal. And Classical's outstanding season is going to come to a close. They're going to get nipped here at Frazier Field. Andover's going to wind up with a split after losing to St. Mary's during the regular season. St. Mary's get on the board in the second. Dow got a base hit. Landon drew a walk. DiFilippo reached on an error. Ortiz singled in 2. It was 2-0. Andover tied it in the 5th. A leadoff double by Tiberio. He scored on a base hit by Shermer. After 2 outs, a big 2-out hit by Grunenberg, who was the pitcher at the time, tied the game at 2. Classville got a run in the bottom of the 5th. Ortiz reached on an error after 2 outs. Buckland got a base hit. Anderson got hit by a pitch. Dow got an infield hit. A great play by the second baseman. It was going into center field. Was going to be 2 runs. He grabbed it, held on to it, didn't let it go in the outfield. Classical only got the 1 run. Andover got out of the inning, but Classical had a 3-2 lead. Andover got 2 in the 6th. After an out, LaChance singled. Tiberio a long double scored him from first. And then after a walk, a fielder's choice, another big 2-out hit by Aiden Ritter made it 4-3 Andover. And then in the bottom of the 7th, after an out, Galizzi walked. Buckland got a base hit. Anderson, what looked like a double play, the ball, the out at second, the throw to first. It little shot hopped the first baseman. It rolled away. Great base running by Galizzi. He rounded second and scored the tying run to make it 4-4. Classical came close in the 8th. They had a hit and a walk with 2 outs. A strikeout got them out of the inning. Nobody really did anything in the 9th and 10th innings. Classical had 1 base runner. Andover had a base runner. Both left. Anderson was thrown out trying to steal second base. But then in the 11th, Ritter got a base hit. Pizzicretti sacrificed him to second base. A walk put runners at first and second. A solid shot into left center field by McConnell knocked the run in. They loaded the bases with an intentional walk. And then their second 4-6-3 double play got Classical out of it, but they couldn't get anything going. Theriault had his second 1-2-3 inning in a row. He only faced 9 batters in the 9th, 10th, and 11th innings, and Classical goes down. It's really unusual for Classical boys and girls to both lose in 11 innings in the state tournament. For Classical, Galizzi with that great base running scored a run. Buckland had a couple of base hits. Anderson was on base a couple of times. Aiden Dow had 2 base hits, reached on an error, scored a run, knocked in a run. Brendan Lannon had a walk and scored a run. Jared DiFilippo had 2 base hits, reached on an error, was on base 3 times. Daniil Ortiz had a great game at second base. He had 8 plays at second base. He had a single knocking in 2. He reached on an error and scored. Walked. He was on base 3 times, scoring a run and knocking in 2. David Bernard pitched well, coming in relief. And I don't think he ever thought when he was on the shelf, not playing at all, no thought of even ever coming back, that he would come in and pitch 4+ innings going into the 11th inning. And unfortunately, he will take the loss. And Classical will end their season. They do not move on to the semifinals. Andover will. Andover will go to 13-9. They stay alive with their second win in the tournament. Classical, after drawing a bye, loses their first game. They're going to go to 14-7. But they can go out of here with their heads up. They had a very good year. And there's no reason for them to have their heads down at all. They played exceptionally well. But they come out on the short end as Theriault shut them down through the overtime, and Andover scratches home a run on the big base hit by Patrick McConnell, and they win it 5-4 over Classical in 11 innings. And again, an unusual night. Both Classical teams, softball and baseball, both lose in 11 innings. So I've never seen that in all the years I've been doing it. But both teams deserve to hold their heads up. They had a great year. Classical girls are co-champion. I think Classical won their division. So they were both champions. They just come up short in these two games in 11 innings. Unbelievable. Andover, 5. Classical, 4 in 11 innings. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.